Aloha, Kioki here again, and I'd like to talk story with you and introduce to you my second Hawaiian bandana design, Nahoe. Now, Nahoe the paddle is dedicated to all paddlers, not only the outrigger canoe paddlers that I have grown within, but also to all paddlers of different culture and sports. And so this Nahoe is dedicated to all the paddlers who are out there. Now, this tool of travel throughout the Hawaiian Islands and the Pacific has evolved from a simple wood to engineered materials to elevate shapes and designs to fit purposes and conditions. To pick up a outrigger canoe paddle or any paddle and appreciate the purposes and its many manifestations that it has evolved, to me it helps to perpetuate and live a part of Hawaiian and Polynesian history. Now behind me I have several examples of some outrigger canoe paddles that I use. Here I have a koa steering blade. Here another outrigger canoe blade from Hawaii, which is another koa one. Here from Australia, wooden blade. And then of course now we have the newer generation carbon fiber and also the hybrids, which is a combination of carbon fiber blade and also wooden paddle. Now, this design here is also inspired by the Hawaiian god Kanaloa, as god of the southern ocean, healer, god of the seamen and fishermen, and believed to be the ruler of Mana. Now, one legend is that one of the older gods from Kahiki, or Tahiti, Kanaloa and Kani, the god of creation, they would journey together and share the sacred drink of Ava, and use their stakes to strike the ground and create freshwater springs. They say the few statues of Kanaloa feature him with round eyes. It is said the eye of Kanaloa generates subtle energy known as ki in Hawaiian. This energy is used for healing and other purposes. Other beliefs is the translation of Kanaloa, the great peace or great stillness. This design is the talisman of Nahoe. The two crossing paddles represent both sexes, the male and female. The inner circle where the paddles intersect represent lokahi, or unity. The honus, in a clockwise pattern, represent the ohana, or the family, the father, the mother, the sister, and the brother. The hidden symbolism within the honus is created by the clockwise circulation, creating a spiral of life. The outer niho pattern, representing the navigational term circle of a horizon in wayfinding, used to navigate the Pacific Ocean, represents the bond of the ohana, implying that any directions you are located, you'll always be a part of the ohana, or the family of the paddle community. Now these next several bands here are stories of Hawaiian culture and also history. And it also represents my own interpretation of what it meant to me. Now, this first outer band here represents protection. As the lower corners intersect, the square creates the Amakua law. This inspiring story that influenced this design is the law of the splintered paddle, Kanawai Mamalahoe, the first edict declared by Kamehameha. The teacher was a fisherman, the student, Kamehameha, as a young warrior before he united the islands. It was delivered with the whack of a wooden canoe paddle. It was this humiliating lesson that Kamehameha never forgot that became Hawaii's first official law. It states that during war, the old men, women to the children be free to go forth and lay by roadside without fear or harm. A very inspiring story that created this first band that I drew. Now, this Lahala pattern continues the theme of the ohana in strength and unity that bonds the paddle family. Each connecting chevron represents the father, the mother, the sister, and the brother. The niho created between the chevrons is the mana of the ohana gathered together. Now, this symbol here envelops several meanings. The two outer band, or the Niho design, represent the mana of Kanaloa. In Hawaiian culture, it is believed the number 8 represents mana. Within the pattern are 8 crossing patterns with a Niho circle pattern represent the key or the eye of Kanaloa. The Niho Ram pattern, as I call them, connects all the paddles and amplifies this energy. Now this next pattern here represents the vast currents of the ocean and the sea. As paddlers, we share the same element. We come together at the shoreline with our paddles and unite to ride upon the realm of Kanaloa, the god of ocean and the ruler of mana. This Niho pattern border represents the horizon. As a paddler, the horizon makes a course for the steersman or navigator. Throughout the year, tides and seasons affect the conditions. Passed on knowledge of the horizon help navigators wayfind their way through the Pacific and help their canoes to their destinations. This symbol represents the stars in the sky. Their position in the sky aided the navigators to their destination. Now, Nahoi design came from my passion for outrigger canoe paddling. The talisman is inspired by the belief in ohana, or family. In the present Hawaiian outrigger canoe community, or any other paddle sport, it's one of the few multi-generational events where families can gather, can compete in an ocean-friendly environment. Naho'is gathered pieces of ancient Hawaiian legends and modern history. I can only imagine how the paddle has transformed from multitudes of shapes, types, and patterns that had and still continues to this day. And also, how many paddles have felt the legends who have paddled with them, and we today continue to utilize to perpetuate the Hawaiian culture and yours. Aloha, mahalo.